I don't.
So tonight we're going to look at my top 10. Now these are the games that I played back in the day. I probably played them on a 512 or 1 megabyte Amiga 500. So there will be no AGA games, unless my memory fails me. I'd pop one in the list. But this is my Amiga top 10. It's my own personal view. I'm sure you won't agree with me. Enjoy. So, straight in at number 10, we have Another World. This was by Delphine Software, French company. It's in the same vein as Karateka or Prince of Persia, with very good reason. It has slightly more advanced graphics than those two, but as it comes to the Amiga, it has quite a lot more power. It uses filled vectors rather than sprites, and the action is non-stop. This is a truly epic and great game for the Amiga. That's not to say it's perfect. It suffers greatly from twitch controls in so much as the slightest error or slightest bit of bad timing and you're dead. Restart the game, that's it. It's difficult if you do it wrong. If you know how to do it and how to complete the game, it's incredibly easy. I find it difficult, I always have done. Even when the game was new, I found it hard, and all these years later, I still can't do it. But one day I'll go back to Another World, and I will get that bloody machine fired up and see if I can complete the game once. Who knows, maybe I will. Here is Another World. In at number 9 we have F18 Interceptor by Bob Dinnerman and Electronic Arts. This was bundled with the Batman pack on the A500, so it received massive exposure to the Amiga world. Not only was it bundled with the Amiga, that's not the only reason it was popular. It was popular because it is a superb flight simulator. It will be a little bit basic and sparse by today's standards. In fact, it was basic and sparse by a couple of years later standard. But don't let that put you off. It is a great game, and if you have an accelerated Amiga, this thing really flies. Heavily based on Top Gun, even the theme tune is a revised, remixed, Top Gun-esque type tune. But this is superb. It's still played by people today. It is a great flight simulator. Interestingly, it contains a bug where I think you can land upside down on the aircraft carrier. Never done it, but one day I'll try. Superb game. Excellent. In at number 8 we have Cannon Fodder. What list would be complete without Team 17? And this certainly isn't one of them. So Team 17 come back with another game. War certainly has never been so much fun. If you own an Amiga, or any 16-bit machine really, you must play Cannon Fodder. It is truly epic. Beautiful soundtrack, great graphics. Simplistic, simple, easy to play, fiendishly difficult. Superb. Never has war been so much fun. Excellent.
Never been so much fun. 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 Go to your brother, kill him with your gun, leave him lying in his uniform, dying in the sun. Never been so much fun. 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 Go to your brother, kill him with your gun, leave him lying in his uniform, dying in the sun. Kill him with your gun, 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 kill him with your gun. So much fun.
In at number 7 we have the first of Cinemaware's epic games, and this is Wings. What can I say? I first saw this when I hired it from a software club. You paid them £5, I think it was. They posted you a game disc and all the information. And you could own it for a couple of weeks and then send it back, or rent it rather. And Wings blew me away when I saw this. It is a full story about a World War I pilot. You are the World War I pilot, fly your aircraft, once you get your wings of course, and go on various missions to the front line. Superb story-based game with very deep emotions and good music. It is an excellent game. Wings. In at number 6 we have Stunt Car Racer, a game that needs no introduction, but I'll give it one anyway. Microprose and Jeff Crammon's subliminal race game, which is more like a roller coaster than a race game, but you drive a buggy, whatever the hell it is, dragster, along an elevated racetrack, fall off the racetrack to your doom. This is a superb game, very fast. It has full 3D, full polygons, brilliant, really good. Even on a humble Amiga A500, the game plays at a fair old lick. It is fun to play. You hit the boost button, you see if you can beat the Roadhog. Great game. In at number 5 we have It Came From the Desert by Cinemaware, another truly epic adventure game which manages to combine action and adventure. Superb. based in a 1950s or a fictional 1950s American town in B-movie land. This is a truly great game, full of atmosphere, great sound effects, great music, and I never managed to escape from the hospital or find out what was in the basement. Was there anything in the basement? I don't know. This is a brilliant game. It brings back memories of listening to a Billy Joel album on vinyl whilst playing this in my bedroom. Fantastic. Great game.
The desert, unchanged for millions of years, yet witness to a biblical prophecy come true that one day the meek shall inherit the earth.
In at 4 we have Robocop 3, an ocean title that used a flight simulator's engine to create a fantastically atmospheric game. It's action all the way in this 3D game from Ocean. Really, really good, quite difficult, although some people seem to make it look incredibly easy, much to my annoyance. But this game blew me away when I saw this. It's in full 3D, it's based on the Robocop movie, although it's based on Robocop 3, but don't let that put you off. The film was garbage. The game is fantastic. If you have an accelerated Amiga, it does run a little bit quicker than it did in the A500 days, so I expect to be a little surprised at the speed. Mouse-driven, superb, action-packed, driving, flying, shooting in whatever it's called, Die Hard, Nakatomi Plaza. In a Nakatomi Plaza-esque type scene, you're rescuing hostages and killing all the bad guys. Truly brilliant. Driving scenes, you're attacking an armoured vehicle, or you're flying with a jetpack, or you're, for some reason, fighting a ninja robot. Not too sure about that bit, but a great game. Give it a go. One of my all-time favourites. In at number 3, a very, very special game to me, Defender of the Crown by Cinemaware. Cinemaware's first game, and arguably the one that got them noticed and the one that got the Amiga noticed. This game changed everything. It sold more Amigas than any advertising by Commodore, and it is a fantastic game. Although, looking back at it now, you can see nothing but faults and problems, but don't let that put you off. The game itself is a simple management strategy game with a little bit of fighting involved, but for 1986, this is truly spectacular. I first saw this advertised in, I think it was CU Amiga or Commodore User International, with a double spread with pictures of the castles and the maidens and things, and it just blew my mind. And from then, the C64 just couldn't cut it. I had to have an Amiga, and one day I did. Defender of the Crown. Let's get serious now. Number 2, Lost Patrol by Ocean Software. Very few people will agree with me here. I'm not even sure I agree with myself. But this game, another one that immediately blew my socks off. Amazing music, great introduction, compelling gameplay, and a sense of drama, and well, bloody difficult. This game is hard. I've never met anyone who's completed it. Lots of people like it. I don't know anyone who's finished it. So you crash land in a helicopter in Vietnam in 1966. You and a handful of soldiers, I forget how many there are, 6 is it or something. You play the role of Sergeant Charlie Weaver, who takes control of a bunch of survivors who must escape from the immediate crash site, walk across a a very dangerous landscape to get to American base. Or I think you do, I've never actually got there. The game itself plays over a full screen of the Amiga. Once you get to the very end of it, the screen transposes and gives you another screen. You have to go a long way to get to the base. The best I've ever got is about halfway. This game is difficult. Not only are the VC trying to kill you, there are booby traps, the villagers are trying to get you, the booby traps trying to get you. You also run out of food, run out of ammunition. The blokes die for no apparent reason. They revolt, refuse to march. Just a handful of problems, really. This is another good game for the Amiga. One that I got back in, I don't think it was 1989, it might have been 1990. I think it came on 2 discs. And just the music and everything about it just takes me right back to the early 90s. This is a superb game, in my opinion. And here we are at number 1 already. Perhaps I should have done a top 20. There are many games I wanted to include in this list, but I wanted to try and keep it simple. So I'm just going for basically an OCS top 10, i.e. an Amiga 500 top 10. So here we are, number 1. What could possibly be number 1? Well, to be honest, I've missed out so many games that are superb, fun to play, and I've had to go back basically to the games I played back in the day, the ones that I enjoyed most. What did I enjoy most? Well, lots of them, possibly equally as much as this. But this game looked good, sounded good, was fun to play, and it just had so many levels to it. So I'm going to have to say at number 1, Flashback. Now this is a 1992 game, so it came a little bit late in the Amiga 500's lifespan. It's another game by Delphine Software, who were all famous for their Another World and various other things. It's a science fiction game. It's got a little bit of The Running Man in it. It's got a little bit of the Mars thing, Arnold Schwarzenegger, whatever that is, Total Recall. It's got a little bit of it's got a little bit of all sorts in it. It is a homage to science fiction of the 80s and fairly early 90s. It's a French game, so it's got a lot of French flair, a lot of pizzazz, and it plays beautifully on the Amiga. It's fast, it's stylish, it's elegant. It is a really, really good game. It was ported to many other systems, from the Mega Drive to MS-DOS to the Acorn to the Super Nintendo. I don't think any versions were as good as the Amiga, although later versions had updated cutscenes and better graphics. That was what was that? I think a later MS-DOS version. I think the 3DO. Anyway, we're talking about the Amiga version. This is one of the true greats on the Commodore Amiga, and if you haven't played it, why not? If you're a professional at it, please tell me how to do it, because I suck. But it's one of the games that I love. This is another game that blew me away. Me and my friends used to put this on in between putting demos of music on, stick Flashback on, and people looking at it go, "Ooh, that looks good for a computer game." And it did. It did look good for a computer game. It still looks good for a computer game, and it plays well even now, which is why it's at the top of the list. This is Flashback.